Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can tell, I decided to change up my background just because I had no energy to set up my other background, and I figured these videos are a lot more relaxed and chill, and I just kind of want you guys to feel like you're talking with a friend, so figured we would have more of a relaxed background. So this is my bed, this is my bedroom. And today I'm going to do an update on my pregnancy from weeks 9 through 13. So I am ending the first trimester, and I'm planning on talking about my symptoms, anything that I've purchased, and I'm planning on showing you my belly and just any other advice or news that I have for you guys. So if you see me looking down, I am looking at my phone. But let's just get on into the video. So first, for symptoms. I have a lot of bad ones, I guess. So this might be a longer video. I'm trying to keep them short, but it's a struggle when you have a lot to update on. So I did get my blood taken after my 8th week, and it came back and I have developed anemia, which is a really common thing to develop in pregnancy. It doesn't make it any less suckish, but it is a common thing to develop just because you have so much more blood when you're pregnant that your body isn't used to providing all the stuff to it that it normally is. So I was supposed to take iron for that, but I cannot keep those pills down, so I haven't been taking it. Second one is my doctor diagnosed me with, I cannot pronounce this name. So if you don't know, I'll put the name down below so you can look it up. Maybe some of you have it, but it's hyperemesis gravidarum. I don't know. But that's fancy talk for severe morning sickness, and it's awful. Like, if you think your morning sickness is bad and you don't have this, you don't even know. Like, it's so bad. The other day I threw up 13 times in a day. I have lost over 12 pounds. I had to go to the hospital because I was super dehydrated. I couldn't keep water down. I couldn't keep Sprite down, popsicles, spit. Like, I was throwing up anything and everything. And I got really dehydrated and they needed to give me an IV. They gave me 2 bags of fluids. I had to take a leave of absence from work because I can't even get out of bed, let alone work. So it's just been awful, and I've cried about it a lot. I am just so discouraged because this is supposed to be such a happy time, and this has been awful. It's made me miserable. I don't even know who I don't know myself as a person anymore. That sounds so dramatic, but it's not. The best way I can explain it is if you've ever had the flu, like the stomach flu, and you throw up, you feel better. You do not feel better when you throw up with this. You feel just as bad. Like, it's so hard to describe, and like, oh, you're sick, that stinks. You don't even know. Like, it's awful. I think this condition affects maybe like 2% of the population, like pregnant women. And the symptoms, I mean, it's different for wherever you look, but you've lost a severe amount of weight. I think it's greater than 5% of your body weight, which I've lost 9%, I believe. It interferes with your daily life, so if you had to take off work or school or something, you can't keep fluids down, you're dehydrated. And there's another one, but I can't remember what it is. And you can just Google it and just kind of understand what it is, because my sister-in-law had morning sickness, obviously, and she thought it was bad. And when she heard about me, she was like, oh my gosh, mine was heaven compared to what you had to deal with. So, which is true. I mean, I don't want to belittle anybody's symptoms. It sucks in the moment whether you have this condition or not, but it's been horrific. And a big symptom that I don't want to dwell on, because if I do, it will get me really down, is that it doesn't always leave. So the big thing for morning sickness is once you have your first trimester, it's gone for the most part, and your second trimester is your best trimester. And it's a big thing for this that sometimes it lasts you until your baby's here. So that kind of stinks. I try not to think about that, because if I do, I will get myself down. And this isn't in no way going to affect if I have another baby, because having this condition in one pregnancy doesn't mean you're going to have it in another, so that's nice. And you're getting a baby out of it. I mean, it stinks, but you're getting a baby. So my next one is, this goes along with the condition that if I'm feeling okay to eat, I said this in my last one, but I'm really doing it now, is I do not care how much calories in it, how much grease, fat, whatever. Like I said, I've lost 12 pounds, which is normal to lose weight in your first trimester. Not necessarily 12 pounds, but that's fine. I'm not worried. The doctor's not worried about the baby. They're more worried about me than anything, because at this point, your baby's going to get whatever it needs to get, regardless of if you're losing weight, gaining it, eating, not eating, it's going to get it. So that's comforting, but it still sucks. Like, you feel bad still. And so if I am getting fast food, I will get a double burger instead of a single. Or I will get a pop instead of water. Which, obviously water is best for you, but if you can keep any food down, they don't care. They're just like, keep it. If it's pop, do a pop. And I have noticed everybody's different with what makes them feel better, and it changes weekly for me. So what works this week is not going to work next week probably. But one thing that's been pretty consistent is if I have a pop, it makes me feel better, and I feel better long enough that I can eat something. I might end up throwing it up, but I can eat. So if I go out to dinner, I've been getting a pop every time. Yeah, that means it's a lot of caffeine, but at this point, I'm starting the second trimester and I need to start gaining weight, not losing. So, and just keeping food down in general. And I told my doctor was not concerned at all. She was like, whatever works for you, keep doing it, because you're getting to the point where losing weight isn't okay anymore. My next symptom is my boobs are definitely bigger. I'm obviously not going to show you, but they're just bigger, and John's noticed. And just like if I'm laying down, I actually have cleavage now, which I did not have before. And it's fun, but they hurt really, really bad. And some people this goes away, and so far it hasn't. It's stayed as bad, maybe even gotten worse. So it kind of stinks. Or not, like, I don't know. I know, obviously nobody's seeing them anyways, but they have gotten bigger. And I have noticed that my skin has been very dry. This might be from being pregnant. I have heard that your skin changes when you're pregnant. If you have really good skin, sometimes it gets bad. If you have bad skin, it's good. Oily, goes dry. You understand. And it could be from that and just the hormones, or it could be from me being really dehydrated. It's gotten a little bit better, and I've been able to keep stuff down sometimes. So I'm not sure how much of that is towards the dehydration. Probably a lot of it, but I have noticed that it gets really flaky around my chin and like my smile lines. The rest of my face is fine. So, and since it's that, it could just be hormones too. So I don't know what it's from, but I have noticed that. And nobody talks about this at all. I didn't know it was a thing until I Googled it, because I just noticed it was just really odd and very prominent. And I'm sure it's way more prominent the paler you are, and I'm pretty pale. You have so many veins, and they are so visible when you're pregnant. The farther along you get, the worse it gets. It doesn't even look that bad on camera. You can't even tell. But there are points when it just looks like green or blue stripes on my arms, and it's disgusting. It's not pretty, and it's on your boobs. I have veins on my stomach, on my legs. My ones on my wrist are super dark. I have them under my eyes now, and like they're very prominent. And it's not like a bad thing at all, and it's just from your increased volume of blood, but nobody talks about this. And like it's gross. Like, you look like, I kind of want to never go out in a bathing suit unless I'm tan, because I don't know, I'm sure it's not as bad for people who are tan, because your skin is just not as transparent. But nobody talks about this. So if you're seeing a lot of veins, it's normal. It's weird, but it's normal. We did have a doctor's appointment. So today is Friday. We did have one on Monday. It was supposed to be for my 12th week, but it didn't work out for like our schedule, so it was the beginning of my 13th week. when we had it, but we got to hear the heartbeat. It was 160, and they told me something, and I didn't know this was a thing. So when they did my blood work several weeks ago, they had called me and said, oh, you developed anemia and your blood type's so negative. And I was like, okay, cool. I've been wondering what my blood type was for years because I don't know. And it's just kind of a nice thing to know, just in case anything happens. And then I went into my appointment and I was sitting down and the nurse was sitting with me, and she said, so your blood type's so negative. And I said, yeah. But the way she said it, it was weird, and I was like, I don't know what that means. And she said, well, when you hear a doctor say well, or a nurse say well, you're like, crap. And she said that with O negative, if the partner that you had that conceived your baby is a positive blood type, what happens is, and this doesn't happen with every negative blood type, this is only O negative, of course, the one I have, is your body starts building up antibodies towards your baby and towards like your placenta and everything. And I might get some of this terminology wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is right. And it kind of fights off your baby and kind of makes your body not accept it in a way, I guess. And she said that I am at a higher risk for miscarriage. I'm far enough along now that it's still decreased a lot, so it's not really a big concern now. But I do have to get a shot at 28 weeks of Rogam, I think that's what it's called, and that's for my body to continue this pregnancy. And then I have to get another dose of the shot after the baby's here so I can have another baby. And this is a common thing in like O negative. O negative is not necessarily that common. I think I googled it and it said about 6% of the population has O negative blood type. And yeah, so that was kind of alarming, but my doctor calmed me down. I told her I was kind of freaking out about it, and she said there was really nothing to worry about. So a lot of people have this, and almost nobody knows their blood type before they conceive, so it's not like, I don't know. So if you have O negative, your doctor will probably say something to you, but just try and stay positive. I mean, worrying is not going to cause you to have a miscarriage, but it's not going to help either. So I'm just trying to be positive and think that you're okay is probably the best. And the last thing, or two more things, I guess. I noticed that, and it's really cool to me. It's kind of sad, but it's really cool. The month that I'm due is the same month that my dad passed away, which some people would be like, okay, but I'm a very big believer in signs and stuff like that, and I thought that was really cool, just because we did decide to start trying after my dad passed away, just because I might do a whole other story on this, a whole other video on this if you guys want. So if you do, leave a comment down below or any other video suggestions. But it had just been such a bad year and a half roughly that I really needed some happiness. And my dad was an amazing father and great parent, and I wanted to be able to do that for somebody else. And I've always wanted to be a mom, so I figured, why not? We were able to do this, so let's just do it, or let's start trying. And it happened way quicker than I thought. And the last thing is, people are so careful and so judgmental. And I've heard about this before I got pregnant, that once you become pregnant and once you become a mom and a parent, everybody gives you their advice. And I appreciate advice. I don't appreciate it when it's condescending or rude. And I feel like moms get it the worst. We get the most judgment towards everything we do. We can do nothing right. One person says one thing, one person says the other, and either way, someone's gonna hate you. And I feel like I said, we get it the worst, yet we're the people that do it the worst too. And you would think it would be the other way around, that since we deal with it so much, that we wouldn't do this to other moms, because we know how awful it is. And I don't know, it's just, at some point, I mean, I think it's good to research things and get a well-rounded view on things, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it's up to you. It's your baby, it's your life. As long as you're not putting your baby in harm's way, then it's up to you. Like if you want to co-sleep, like, or if you just really don't want to breastfeed because I don't know why, you don't want to feel like a milk machine 24/7 and you formula feed, do it. Like, you are still giving your baby food. So it's been very frustrating. I haven't necessarily had anybody say anything to me, but I just noticed it on a lot of like mom forums, and people are just very judgmental. And I think it's important to tell someone your side and maybe your view on things, but it's important to say, but this is your choice, and how we've been raised and our lives aren't the same. So what you think's right is not necessarily going to be what I think's right. So I think that's something that is really important just to point out, because I had heard about before I got pregnant, but I had never realized how common it is and how frustrating and hurtful. And so I think that's really, it's really important to develop a thick skin, I guess, and just know that you're doing the best you can, I guess. So like, I got my hair done today and I had my roots dyed, and I got some bleach down here, and I'm probably gonna get so many comments of people saying that, oh my god, I can't believe you. First off, I researched a lot, it's fine. Second off, I asked my doctor, she said it's fine. And I asked my hairdresser and she said it's fine. So just, I don't know. There's a lot of things that we are told we can't do and aren't safe, that we're gonna find out in 20 years that were absolutely ridiculous. I was talking to my mother-in-law the other day about this exact topic, and she said that when she was having babies, people would tell her not to raise her hands above her head because it would get her baby tangled up in its umbilical cord. That is ridiculous. Like, there's so many things that we aren't supposed to do that we're gonna find out in 20 years it's stupid, and people are gonna be like, what, you actually believe that? So I think it's really interesting and important to kind of just take everything with a grain of salt, and like I said, research it, ask your doctor if you're concerned. But usually if something like happens that's to the baby, either miscarriage or some genetic thing, it's not something you did. Or if it is, it's not something that they knew could do that. And so why would you ever blame someone? I don't know. And why would you ever blame someone for killing their baby in the first place, or terrify them that way? Oh, you're gonna kill your baby. That is awful. We're already terrified enough that I don't think we need to add that. So that's just something that I've been feeling and wanted to get out in the open. Okay, that's it for symptoms and rants, I guess. So next I'm going to tell you what I bought for myself in this pregnancy, and then I'll show you what I bought for the baby. So the first thing I bought is my iron supplement. It's just the Nature Made iron, and it's the 65 milligrams, and it's equivalent to 325 milligrams of ferrous sulfate, which that sounds like gibberish, but that's exactly what my nurse and doctor told me to get. That's what I got. Again, I have not been taking these because I cannot keep these down. I can barely keep my prenatals down. Even then, sometimes I have to miss taking them. It does tell you to it does say that it can upset your stomach, and if it happens, to take with food. But when you're not eating food, it's kind of hard to do that. So I told my doctor I haven't been taking them. She wasn't concerned. She just said to kind of take care of myself. So I haven't been taking them, but once I start feeling better, I'm going to try it and start taking these again, because it does take a little bit for you to notice like a difference in your, I guess, in yourself, because when you're anemic, you're super tired, you get dizzy. Just you can Google symptoms, and I have read that it takes a month or so for these to start working, you to start noticing a difference. So it's not an overnight thing, but it is something that's important. But at the same time, if you can't take them, you can't take them. So next thing is probably going to be controversial because everybody has an opinion about everything. But we decided we wanted to buy a Doppler. This was $30. I want to say the website was like babydoppler.com or something, because they have the same one on Amazon, but it was like $50. And it just looks like this. It's the Baby Doppler Sonoline B, and this thing, the probe's a 3 MHz, which apparently is stronger, so you'll be able to hear the heartbeat sooner. And you just turn it on and the volume can go all the way up, and it comes with a little thing of gel, of ultrasound transmission gel upon your stomach. You've seen ultrasounds kind of like that, and you just can look for it. And like I said, I will link this down below if any of you want it. So many people say that this is an awful idea because you're gonna freak yourself out, and some people say that these probes transmit and can get hot on your belly, and I asked my doctor and she was like, no. She was like, these have like no power to them. Like, it's not an x-ray. And she said they're fine. I mean, if you can't find it, don't freak out. Even if you're super far along, sometimes they're just in a position that they're not gonna let you find it. So if you get one and you can't find it right away, do not freak yourself out about it. Like, I didn't freak out because I knew that there was a small chance that I could find it on my own. And then I couldn't find it until this week, mainly because we were looking in the wrong spot, because we got to hear the heartbeat and I was like, okay, that's where I need to be looking. And it was way farther down than I ever imagined. Even though I've watched videos, it was even farther down than that. So yeah, it's really nice and I like it. I think it's fun. People say like it eases their mind. I wouldn't do it for that necessarily, but it's just a fun thing to do, and to do with your spouse or your partner. So I thought I liked it, and I'm glad we got it. And then the last thing I have for myself is something that John got me, because I've taken a leave of absence from work and I do not leave my house. If I'm hungry, John goes and gets me something, or he orders something to be delivered, because I cannot leave. I can't drive. I get really dizzy and I throw up. I can't do it. So he got this for me to pass time. It's the Big Fat Activity Book for Pregnant People. And it looks like that. And it just has mazes, word searches, quizzes, little games at Mad Libs, connect the dot kind of pictures. It's really fun. So it's funny too. So it's kind of a little shade thrown at some things. So I think it's a fun thing to pass time. Again, this is not a necessity. This is, even if you're sick, this is not a necessity. It's just a fun thing to pass time. So that's it for myself and this pregnancy. So I'm going to show you what we have for baby stuff, the fun stuff. So first we got a couple more books. I know we have enough books, but the first one we got is God Gave Us You. And it's a super cute story. Obviously, if you're not religious, you do not need to get this book. But I really like the story of it, and it's just a really cute book. And then this book John got, he heard that someone around where we live wrote this, and it's called The Not So Fishy Penguin by Israel Sanchez. And it's a story about a food allergy, which sounds ridiculous, but I have celiac and it's awful. And there's a 50% chance that our baby will have it. And even if it doesn't have it, I still think it's a good idea, just because our house is 100% gluten-free, because my reaction's so bad that I get cross-contamination. It's really bad, so we can't have any gluten in the house. So it's nice for my baby to learn that while it sucks, it's normal. And yeah, it's a really cute story. So I mean, it's kind of dumb, I guess, but it's a really cute idea. So yeah, a family friend got this for me, or for the baby, I guess. It's just a little sleep sack, and it has little mittens on it. She got it from Carter's. Yeah, she got the newborn size. And it has a little puppy on it, and it's like kind of a light blue color. We do not know the sex yet. We find out in a couple of weeks, so we're very excited. my mother-in-law got us an outfit. It's gender neutral, I would say, I guess. And it's a little Gap hoodie and little pants, little striped trousers. And then my sister-in-law got us this baby blanket. And it does have a little pink on it, but it's barely there. And she said she's convinced it's a girl. So she's like, I don't care. I know it's a girl. But it's not noticeable, and if it's a boy, I will still use this because who the heck cares? So it's really soft. I kind of want it for myself. But yeah, that's it that we got for the baby also. That's it. That's kind of a lot. Except we didn't buy most of the stuff, so it was all gifts. So now I will show you my belly for this month, and then I think we're done. So it's kind of a long video, and I apologize, but hold on. Let me get set up and I'll show you my stomach. Okay, so this is my stomach. Kind of hard today, kind of bloated. It's actually really hard. I guess there's kind of a bump. For how much weight I've lost, I should be a lot flatter than this. So it's kind of there, but it's still pretty small. But yeah, so, and my pants are starting to get a little tight, they're leaving lines, but it's kind of there. Barely, but it's not noticeable in person. It's way more noticeable in this video. Okay guys, that's it for my pregnancy update weeks 9 through 13. I hope you enjoyed it. I apologize that it was so long, but after this video, I am all caught up on my pregnancy updates, so I will have a couple of different kinds of videos sprinkled in after this. So if you have any video suggestions, I'm kind of thinking maybe a get ready with me. I might vlog. Depends if I start doing stuff. Like I said, I'm just in my house all day. And then we do find out the sex August 24th, so I will be uploading something around then about our sex and what the baby is, and another pregnancy update. So stick around for that. And again, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a like, and if you aren't already, subscribe to me, and I will be back in the next few days with another video. Bye guys.